Hey everyone, it's Josh here for draftmagic.com. We are drafting some Innistrad because this format's really awesome. If you remember, and Ravnica is a little stale, and we like lingering souls. So while we wait for some gate crash, let's rock the flashback. What do we like here? I think I like Gather here over Hallowhenge Spirit. I rate this card a little lower than most people do. I feel like 2/2 flyers for 4 are not really where you want to be in this format, and I mean, the ability is okay, but it's not terrific. Like, it can protect you from combat tricks or gain you a couple life, but it's, for the most part, I feel like it's not big enough to ambush anything, and it's not a very nice body. Gather the townsfolk, especially if we go white-black, because we have a Lingering Soul, so we're almost for sure gonna have black mana in our deck. But if you go actual white-black, there's a lot of synergies with Gather the Townsfolk, like white-black humans, sacrifice effects, and all that stuff. That said, we kind of want to be open to spider spawning. So I could see taking Dawnshredder Elk over this Loyal Cathar. I'm like Dawnshredder Elk's pretty much my favorite common from Dark Ascension. Lets you be greedy and stuff. You go green-white, splash black for Lingering Souls and Spider Spawning. There you go. That's a deck. But yeah, I can see taking Loyal Cathar here. That would be a fine pick as well. Loyal Cathar is quite good in the white-black deck. But I'm going to take Elk. Alright, so we could take Tracker's Instinct or Somberwall Dryad. I guess we could also take Diregraph Captain. I don't really like that idea. I like Tracker's Instinct a lot. I feel like it was one of the most underrated cards in the set. Just like, even if you're not actual spider spawning, it's still pretty sick. Like, just digging for your bombs, assuming you have them, but digging for your bombs and getting random value flashback spells is pretty sweet. I think here, I'm looking at either Screeching Scab or Mystic Retrieval. Mystic Retrieval's kind of ambitious, but that's how I draft this set. Screeching Scab's fine, not super exciting. Like, I don't necessarily want to go into blue as a main color. There's just, like, otherwise I'm taking Crushing Vines. Yeah, I'm just going to take Mystic Retrieval. I like this card, even though it could have wheeled. Whoa, another tracker. This is going to get fun very quickly. Lots of just off 2 Trackers Instinct, you mill yourself for like a stupid amount. Definitely need some more fixing to get all these cards in, but I'm just gonna take Survivor here. Random 5-drop. They're super replaceable, the 5-drops, because there's so many of them, but you're gonna run some of them, and we need creatures. We only have 1 so far. Could also take Thought Scour, but this I find this usually you have a hard time fitting this in because you need a certain number of like actual flashback spells, a certain number of actual creatures. If you run Spider Spawning or Knot of the Bone, and then you don't have room for marginal spells that have good value but don't do all that much. I'm gonna take another Mystic Retrieval because it's fun. I could just be green, blue, red, although not playing Lingering Souls would be a shame. Screeching Scab looks pretty good now. Ooh, man. Man, I like where this is going. I'm gonna hide the Gather. I'm not gonna quite hide Lingering Souls yet. Though maybe I should. I could see taking Altar of the Lost here. I could also just take Divination and Thought Scour. I'm on pace for Altar of the Lost to actually be pretty good. I'm just going to take it. Here I'll take Divination. Crushing Vines. Alright. I like the start we have here. Let's just find a spider spawning. Laboratory Maniac would actually be insane in this shell. Man, I like this format a lot. Oh. It's just so much. I find so much fun to abuse the graveyard. Whee! Got it. Way better than Sturmgeist, not close. It's actually like in a good spider spawning deck. Spider spawning is better than, I'm pretty sure, just every rare and every mythic anyway. Man, it's sick that we got that spider spawning right off the bat. Oh, I'm excited. I hope you are too. We do need to up our creature count here. And no, that's a pretty good way to do it with the Dark Thicket Wolf. Best 2-drop. Well, I guess like non-rare 2-drop in our colors. Like, I guess Mare would be a better 2-drop potentially. I think we like the Ambush Viper here over the Battleground Geist. Although it does go well with Lingering Souls, but we may not even play Lingering Souls. I do need to up my creature count, but you know, taking an Outcast is semi-unexciting here. I'm just gonna take Grasp, which is pretty good. Even with just Mystic Retrieval, pretty sick. And Altar of the Lost makes it well, it makes Altar of the Lost better. I don't know if Altar of the Lost makes Grasp better. I guess they make each other better if we're gonna run the Altar of the Lost. I think we're gonna run it. We're like, it's pretty damn good in our deck, even now. Caravan Vigil's interesting as well, getting some fixing in, but Silent Departure, a slam pick here. Still do need some more creatures though. We have time. We'll just pick up whatever creature we see. I like Boneyard Worm, though it also demands that we up our creature count some more. I don't think we need to take Traveler's Amulet here. It's not an emergency. We're just gonna splash black and red. I guess Altar of the Lost though helps Mystic Retrieval flashback and Spider Spawning flashback, so that's kind of cool. And we'll find our Traveler's Amulets later. I want to take a creature here. Super sweet deck. Oh man, I'm excited. Moon Heron here. We don't want creatures that remove creatures from our graveyard once we have the spider spawning. Otherwise, like, if we didn't have a spider spawning, like a 6/9 trample guy is kind of a decent backup plan, especially with like Tracker's Instincts, where you can dig towards it while maybe binning some other creatures. But I mean, once I have the spider spawning, I'm a little bit more tentative of playing creatures or things that remove creatures from my graveyard. Not much going on here. I can either hate draft the Doom Traveler. I don't think I'm going to play Ghoul Caller's Chant. You know, I could play it. If I end up with, like, some sick bomb, it's super ambitious. But, like, if I end up with a sick bomb, like, while milling myself, I can Mystic Retrieval a Chant and bring back a Chant to bring back the creature that I mill. I doubt that's happening, but taking out of the bone here pretty easily. I think we just need to work on upping our creature count a little bit more. That's a fine one to fill the gaps. I'm going to go ahead and hide the Lingering Souls at this point. Yeah, I guess I'll take Dream Twist. I'm probably not going to play it, though. It's not really the self-mill that I'm looking for. Crushing Vine's likely to be relegated to the sideboard. Divination may not make this deck either. I mean, I think we just plan on getting our card advantage through the graveyard, which is generally how this format goes. I think. I think it's generally a better plan to get your card advantage through the graveyard, because you can often fill your graveyard while doing other stuff. Like, for example, like Forbidden Alchemy is usually better than Divination if you have some flashback engines going, or Armored Scab. Speaking of Armored Scab, I like Moan a lot, and I do have an Altar of the Lost that helps it, but it's super ambitious here. I think we just want the Armored Scab, which is pretty sick in our deck. Angel's interesting on a splash, but our mana fixing is nowhere close. Because we do have, like, Moon Heron. It's our only spirit, but still, it's decent value, and it's a 4/4 flyer, but we just take Armored Scab here, and we're pretty happy about it. So, I could take the Harbor, but I think I'm just going to take a Deranged Assistant. We kind of want it here. Well, I mean, fixing our mana a little bit wouldn't be the worst idea in the world. I do have an Elk, but that's about it. Well, on the Altar, which gets my splash flashback. The only cards we're splashing are flashbacks, so Altar of the Lost actually seems really good. But I think I just take the Assistant. We kind of want it in this deck. We're actually milling ourselves to the point where what's that? Shuffle? Memory's Journey? We kind of want a Memory's Journey in this deck. We mill ourselves quite a bit. Wow. Alright, well, I think I can pass up on the Armored Scab for Murder of Crows. It's really nice to have this huge, awesome creature with the Trackers of Instincts, and it's on color and everything. Can't pass that up. Ooh. Ludwig. That's pretty good, too. Man, this deck's looking pretty sick. Alright. So I think this is our deck as it stands right now. We can always find some improvements, though. Do some late white cards, holy mother. We're just taking a Scarecrow here over the Grave Bramble, I think. Scarecrow probably replaces one of our other creatures. I'm not sure which one. I do really want to play Mystic Retrieval, but maybe I can Maybe I can not play it. I kind of want to. It's good with Silent Departure and Grasp. It's good with spider spawning too, if you want infinite spider spawnings. Well, not infinite, but many, many, many spider spawnings. I'm going to take the Outcast here. Is Outcast better than Survivor? Maybe. I can take a second Knot of the Bone, or I can take a Lumber Knot. I don't think I really want a Lumber Knot. I don't really want a Grave Bramble. I'm just going to take a second Gnaw. It might start in the board, though. But there are a lot of decks that just can't beat Knot of the Bone in this style deck. Never found a Mulch, which kind of sucks. I don't think I need a third Gnaw. Lumber Knot's super unexciting in this deck. Like, it's fine just to up the creature count, but I don't see us ever playing it. I don't even see us sideboarding into it because our creatures, they don't even encourage trading all that much. I'll just take it. Alright, let's build this. So we gotta figure out whether... I think we want to play Mystic Retrieval. I'll play it off one mountain. One mountain... I never picked up any beyond the Elk that search for any color mana. But we'll probably play... maybe one mountain, one swamp. And the altar. And then just be green-blue. It's a little bit risky because we could mill away our only swamp or our only mountain, but the upside is, like, even if we say we mill away our swamp and even our Altar of the Lost, but we find our mountain, we can still Mystic Retrieval or Spider Spawning. So Mystic Retrievals can act as a replacement to Spider Spawning Flashback. Yeah, I think that mana base will be fine. Just gotta figure out what our base is here. Maybe we'll play 2 Nas main. I'm not sure. Still need to cut a couple things. Man, I really like all my 2-drops. Maybe I'm not going to cut one of those. I could see cutting a Fortress Crab or a Moon Heron. Moon Heron's good. No, I probably should keep a Moon Heron. It doesn't necessarily play to the plan of my deck. Although, you know what? I think Fortress Crab's just going to be a necessary main deck. I have Armored Scab. Scarecrow plays decent defense. Survivor is probably blocks just as well as a Fortress Crab, but also attacks. I think that's fine. I don't know if I want to cut any more creatures. 16 lands, a little greedy though, so I should probably make one more cut, especially if I'm running a swamp and a mountain. I never found anything to reshuffle some cards in the Memories Journey. Which is too bad, because I think it would have been something I wanted in this deck. We'll just have to... I mean, we have tons of ways of winning before we mill ourselves out. So I don't think that's a huge problem. Make a bunch of spiders, fly over with murders and herons. Got some bounce to push things through. We've got a 13/13 trampler. Yeah, I think we're okay. Maybe I just cut one of the gnaws. And I'll side it in. When it's super important, I'll side in the other one. I don't really like cutting creatures here. And of the spells, I could also cut one of the Mystic Retrievals. I kind of want to play the Mystic Retrieval. We'll see how that goes. It might be a little overly ambitious. I might be able to fit another red or another black in the deck instead of running 8 islands. It might be greedy. Kind of want the extra blue for the test subject. And I have a double blue and Murder of Crows. And doing something like Mystic Retrieval, a Silent Departure. Well, hardcast Mystic Retrieval, not flashback it. A Silent Departure or something is blue intensive. Yeah, I think I'm just going to run it like this. Alright, I'll see you round 1.